A question burning a hole in your brain. Need a laugh to fix through sunshine or rain. Alex and Alex are here to play. Joel the game, yeah, it's coming your way. It's Joel the podcast, yeah, that's the name. Two Alex's chatting, ain't nothing the same. From listener mail to bets so bold. $1 on the line, stories to be told. Top 10 lists so funny, you'll fall on the floor. From silly to strange, they're never a bore. They wrote their own theme songs, including instrumentals. Moments every time, they're truly monumental. It's Joel the podcast, yeah, that's the name. Two Alex's chatting, ain't nothing the same. From listener mail to bets so bold. $1 on the line, stories to be told. So join the fun, come along for the ride. With laughter and stories side by side. Joel the podcast, where the good times roll. Listen and you'll find you found your new home. It's Joel the podcast, yeah, that's the name. Two Alex's chatting, ain't nothing the same. From listener mail to bets so bold. $1 on the line, stories to be told. Joel the podcast, that's the place to be. With Alex and you and me.
Bzzz. Hello, everybody. I'm Alex,
And I'm Alex.
and this is our podcast, Joel. Welcome to episode 130 of episode
Whoa.
Joel the podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
We're excited to have everybody here. I wanted to start the podcast off, as is tradition, by letting everyone know that Nathan owes me $1.
What for?
He still has not. You don't remember this? We just say this every episode. If you listen to these episodes one after the other, this is like Groundhog Day. We made a bet on the Super Bowl that you
It's
have
still
not
the
paid me
Super
for
Bowl?
yet.
It's October. What?
Well, for the record, we've only recorded like 3 episodes since February. So,
Yeah, that's why I don't remember.
yeah. Well, anyway, Nathan owes me $1.
I was about to say, like, you know what? I'm gonna Venmo you $1 live on air, but then you're on my phone, so I would have to like
Wow,
switch the screen away from the call, which I don't want to.
that would be a terrible tragedy.
Yeah. So, all right. I guess next episode you can tell everybody that I still owe you the $1, because after we finish talking about this, I will forget immediately.
Amazing. All right. Should we do the sports talk now?
Let's do the sports talk.
Oh, did we come up with a better name? I feel like last time we were talking about coming up with a better name now that it's not a minute.
So last time we called it the Sports Minutes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Let's do our sports minutes. I guess the World Series is going on right now.
Who's in it? I have no
And
idea.
it is the
Wait a minute,
Dodgers.
The Dodgers are playing... Oh, no, the Dodgers is the team I knew. I was going to say, I heard about this recently. Somebody made a comment about how the Dodgers just won Game 2, right? And they lost Game 1 to... Yeah, I have no idea. You were about to say it. Who is it?
It's
No!
the Toronto Blue Jays.
I
It's too late.
I had it.
You can't just say, oh, right as I say it. Okay, tell me what it is. Oh, you said it already.
said
Oh,
it.
man.
Yeah, people are going to think that's the bit that I'm doing now, but I truly did just remember in that
Sure.
moment.
Yep.
So, all right.
God.
Nobody will ever believe me.
If you believe Nathan, or if you don't, send us an email and let us know. Our email can be found at our podcast, Alex and Alex, or at our website, not at our podcast. Our website is alexandalex@joelthepodcast.github. Alex and Alex at joelthepodcast.github.io/alexandalex@joelthepodcast.website/index.html. Click on a link, send us an email. So, anyway, yes, the Blue Jays and Dodgers are playing in the World Series. As you alluded to, the Blue Jays won Game 1, the Dodgers won Game 2, which means that the Phillies are not the only team to beat the Dodgers this year. And Game 3 is going on right now.
In the postseason, I assume.
Correct, in the
Dodgers
postseason.
didn't just win 160 games.
Correct, in the postseason. Phillies won 1 game in the first round. The Brewers, who they played in the second round, won 0 games. And so now Game 3 is going on as we speak. I'm just looking at it.
Okay.
Alexander Kirk has a 3-run home run for the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays are winning 4-2 in the 5th inning. So,
Whoa. Can we get live score updates anytime that changes?
if I remember, but I'm not going to leave this up on my phone the entire time.
Okay. Well, then we're not going to know when the score changes. Also, our listeners probably don't care about the Blue Jays or the Dodgers.
No.
Here's a just quick based on that bit. Quick question about baseball. What would it take for a team to actually win all their games in a season? Like what would they have to do? What would every other team have to do? What would that scenario look like?
Well, realistically speaking, I can't imagine it happening unless the other teams were trying to lose. I feel like even if you had took the best major league team and made them play 162 games against a minor league team, they would not win all 162. They would probably lose some. And that's just the baseball has a high enough variance in the performance of teams that it's just impossible to be that consistent, really. I think if you wanted to have a team win 162 games in which the other team was trying, it would probably need to be something like you're playing like 13-year-olds or something where it's they just literally physically can't hit a 90-mile-per-hour pitch, something along those lines.
So even major league team versus college teams, you don't think they would win every game?
College, I think, I mean, okay, I could be wildly wrong about this. I don't really know what the skill of college baseball players is, but I feel they would win at least 1 out of 162. High school, if you chose a high school that wasn't super good, maybe. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can't MLB draft players just straight out of high school?
Yes.
So yeah, definitely college team skill level is worth considering here, because it's not none of those players are major league quality, but
you can draft players out of high school, but no one makes it to the majors right away. Is the difference?
Right.
It's in other sports, you get drafted, and if you're good enough, you're on the team the first year you're drafted. In baseball, that if you're in the majors in 3 years, that's incredible. That's incredibly fast.
Baseball's so weird. I think the weirdest part about baseball is how much baseball there is. There's so many games in a season. There's so many levels of professional and college and all of that that's relevant. You're saying, it's there's however many major league teams, but all of those are comprised of that team and then all of their their minor league affiliates and all of these there's so much baseball. It's crazy.
It is crazy. So one thing that I want to talk about in this episode is about stuff that I've been listening to from previous episodes. And one of the things that I've heard that I thought was kind of funny is me talking about sports 5 or 6 years ago. And me talking about baseball, and one of the things I remember is me being the Phillies are in first place and they're 37 and 32 or something. And you're like, that doesn't seem that good. That seems like they're barely above 500.
Yeah.
And that's kind of illustrating my point about how, like, you know, even the best teams are losing 60 games a year or so.
That's so weird.
So, all right. Any other sports you wanted to talk about?
No, college football's kind of a wash for Purdue, and basketball hasn't started yet. Oh, basketball did play a scrimmage against Kentucky. I don't know if you saw that.
No. How'd it go?
Purdue lost. The game was played at Kentucky. Purdue lost by like 12 points or something, and had a pretty poor shooting performance. So
I saw that
I don't know.
Purdue was ranked number 1 in the preseason AP poll. Is that true?
That is correct. Yeah.
That's insane. Like I mean, I guess it's
Yeah,
not
first
insane.
time ever.
Like, you know, there have obviously been a good college basketball team over the past several years, but like
Yeah.
they were a lot worse last year, so I'm kind of shocked that they are ranked number 1 to begin the season. So
Yeah, I mean, they got a couple of pretty significant transfers, and they're returning basically the whole team from last year. So, and also getting back one of I think at that point he was a redshirt freshman or something, but a new 7'4" center who was injured very early last season. So
Yes.
last season could have been pretty different if he had managed to play.
indeed. So it's exciting. We'll definitely let you know how that goes in our sports updates.
Yeah, I maybe we wait for the season to get a couple of games in before we make any $1 bets on whether or not they're going to make the Final Four.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something else, but yeah, I get with what you're
Yeah,
saying.
we may revise the
What do you think? I bet they're not going to make
loftiness of
it.
this
Really?
bet.
I bet they're also not going to make it. All right, no bet then.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for sports, though. That's all that I had in mind.
Good. That'll end our sports minutes for today. Let's go on to the email.
All right. This might be the most emails we've ever had.
Okay, wait. Let me guess the number.
All right.
4,
More than 4.
6.
It is 6. Yes.
All right.
You're correct.
That's a lot.
Good job. Yeah, that is a lot.
Are any of them like
and
spam or that we should just ignore?
There's one that's probably not worth clicking on. The 5 of them are from Cephalopod Master. One of them is from this guy I've never heard of called Nathan Glotzbach.
Okay.
So
I think we should click on it anyway, just for the novelty.
yeah, for the I guess for the insights.
By the
Maybe we
way,
can make some jokes.
I will
make fun of him.
say one bit that I'm glad we didn't continue was your name being Alex. Like I'm glad we carried the intro forward, but I'm glad we don't go forward with that bit anymore because it was kind of annoying to keep track of.
Yeah, I entirely forgot that was a thing, and we were doing it so often in the initial episodes, and I was like, what's going on?
This isn't like funny, so like why are we doing it?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear the emails.
Yeah, let's get into these. First one. Oh, these are all going to be super long. Wow. Okay. Today's episode, we're going to be reading you several emails, and then that's going to be the end of the episode.
Before the episode, we were worried we wouldn't get to an hour. We're going to spend only an hour doing this.
All right. First email comes to us from Cephalopod Master. Subject line is, I am a dumbass. Alex going off tangent into a baseball rant that ended up warranting splitting the whole episode in 2 was pretty fun. I didn't really care about the story itself, but it was amusing to see how much Alex obviously cared about this particular story because of the dramatic tone of his voice and the occasional slamming of desk, presumably, that I could hear. I don't remember if that's true or not, but it was a very dramatic retelling.
I believe that I did. I mean, I believe it. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. All right, and
I'm
so
glad
this is relevant.
I'm glad you enjoyed
Yeah.
it, Cephalopod.
Yeah, glad we decided to post that anyway. Get the bonus content out there. So, email continues. Also, if you're going for a sports minute but longer, I like sports longer than a minute as a name better than sports minutes because sports minutes sounds too clean and doesn't quite have the clunky feeling that befits the idea of we tried to keep it to a minute, but we keep going over a minute, so we're just going to go with it. Are you strongly attached to sports minutes? I think for me at least, the answer is kind of yeah. I like sports minutes. What about you?
That's really interesting to say that. I'm not attached to sports minutes. I kind of get what he's saying, but I still definitely prefer sports minutes. I don't feel like the vibe of the sports minutes is what you said. Like, of like, oh, we tried to make it a minute and we failed. How zany of us. So I was really trying to make you do a spit take there while you were drinking.
You're just not funny enough. Sorry.
Damn. So I guess I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on it. So if you kind of prefer sports minutes, I'm fine sticking with sports minutes. But tell me your reasoning for why you like sports minutes more.
So, it's very simple. The only reason is because it's kind of a dumb name. Like you wouldn't have come up with the name Sports Minutes, except for the fact that it was called Sports Minute before, and now it's just more minutes.
So it's for the exact reason that he said.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your opinion, David. And we have taken it into consideration and have determined no thanks.
Request denied. So, actually, a potential idea for a bit that I don't know isn't that great of a bit, but we could consider is like on the fly coming up with a new name for it each time.
That's one of those things that has to. That's one of those things that has to come organically, because otherwise we're gonna find ourselves like 4 episodes down the line being like, "Here's our sports 60-second periods." Ha ha ha.
Yeah. All right. Email continues. I'm gonna keep going because we got a lot. Also, I don't know if you remember anything about baseballs at this point, but I thought your analysis of what was happening was surprisingly detailed and good. I have thought Alex would just brush it off as being an absurd idea. You were suggesting the team on offense has a strong advantage, but also my thought process was that since multiple balls can exist and play simultaneously, it would be easy for fielders to just each carry a ball. Then any fielder who doesn't currently carry a ball would focus on catching the ball that the batter had just hit, and everyone who has a ball can just move up closer to the bases and chase down the runners. This is a fairly decent point. I don't think I considered this at all. Thoughts on that?
Okay, I'm trying to put myself back in the mindset I had when we were talking about this originally. Cause my first analysis was, why would they pitch more than one ball? Because I feel like that hurts the fielders, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is that they don't have to, and the answer is that they don't have to wait for the batter to get into the box.
Correct.
So they could get like strikes by doing that quickly. Man, this is really bad because I'm just gonna say things that I said the last time. But I can't think of why. I guess the point is if now I'm back. Okay, I'm back. They throw multiple because if they just throw one, it's going to be impossible for them to field because they can be tackled, right?
Yeah.
So they need to keep throwing so that the batters have to keep going back to the plate and not tackling the fielders.
Right. And that also has the side effect of getting more balls in play that you can tag the runners out with. So there's actually like a tipping point.
Hold on. I have breaking news. The Dodgers just scored a run. It is now 4-3.
Okay, thank you for interrupting.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Okay. Anyway, so I now think it's interesting. So it's an interesting point. So like in normal baseball, plays happen pretty quickly. Like the runner gets safer out and the play's over. So like the idea of people holding on to balls that just like there's so many in play that they're just like holding on to them. Never really crossed my mind. I guess my analysis is I don't
So
know. It
here's
depends on what the rule. It depends on like in normal baseball, you can't do that. Like the play just ends and you throw the ball in. So like,
Yeah.
I
Here's,
guess
here's a pretty hard counter to like the offensive advantage, right? You put one ball in play. Who cares what that batter does? You then take that ball right on the right to the down the first baseline from home plate, and as soon as the next batter hits their ball, you just tag them out with the previous ball.
it might work, except because the offensive players can prevent you from doing that. It's not as easy as you just made it sound. like.
Yeah.
Like
no, you're right.
As soon as the
There'd
first
be
player
some,
hits
like-
the ball, wherever it goes, like the person's going to be tackling the person trying to pick it up. So this game might turn into more of just be like wrestling, like who's better at wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
actually,
know.
now that we talk about it, I feel like a big part of the game is going to be how good are the offensive players at preventing the defensive players from getting to the ball. And,
Yeah.
like, what rules are in place? Like, when I think about, like, football, where some people's job is to do just that, like, to stop another player from getting somewhere.
Yeah.
But there's very strict rules about what they can do. Like, they can't hold them, they can't tackle them. And presumably
Yeah.
in this game, there are fewer rules, but there have to be some rules. Like, you can't just kill the person, right? So
I mean, does that need to be a rule?
I think so. Otherwise, everyone would just die and the game would end. So presumably there are some rules. But I think a lot of it's going to come down to how long can, like if I can just pin you down indefinitely, then
Yeah.
it's not over because eventually I still have to get up and bat. But it does significantly impact the game. I will say I think this situation is really I think that's my 2 cents. I think this situation
Yeah.
is just so complicated that it's really difficult to say what would actually happen. But it's an interesting point. I didn't really. Oh, hold on! Breaking news: the Dodgers scored another run. It is now 4-4. Tie game.
Whoa.
So, anyway, that's my analysis of in response to your question. Although I do think so. I guess I just assumed that it was like baseball, where once the play was over, the ball would just go away. But obviously, there is no end of play, so it doesn't make sense. So
Right.
I think that
Right.
this is a point that does help the defense. That as more balls are put into play, it's harder for the offense to prevent the defense from getting them.
Yeah. Email continues on this topic. I think not being able to tackle fielders without a ball is reasonable, but I don't know if that makes a huge difference, since then presumably a good number of fielders would be carrying a ball. I do agree that tackling the pitcher and the catcher would obviously collapse the defense completely, so that shouldn't be allowed. I think that's a fair play. So,
Yeah.
Wrapping up the baseball's analysis, I think there's simply no way to see how this would go without trying it. So, if
So if you get enough money to
interested
pay
in-
people to do this, please
Yeah, if you're-
send
if
us an
you're-
email.
And then the last bit of the email here, so for context, just to make sure you remember, our last episode was Joel the Game, with the you know how that turned out. Lastly, what an absolute devastation for Alex. He was clearly doing better than Alex at individual games, but Alex clearly has an advantage over Alex when it comes to luck. I think it would be interesting to go back through all the random card draws that were done in all Joel the Game episodes to see if Alex statistically has better luck at drawing favorable cards than Alex does. You could categorize it as helps Alex, or neutral, no effect. So this is an interesting analysis. I would be pretty interested in doing this. I think it might be a little bit of effort. We're certainly going to listen back to the episodes at some point, but I think just
to me, this is like, it would be interesting to know, but it's not worth the effort. Like it's like as you mentioned, a non-trivial amount of effort, and it's one of those things like, oh, good to know. Alex is lucky. Like I could probably tell you right now that I'm luckier. Like, like I don't know that we need an analysis to tell us that.
And the true answer, of course, because we're doing this by drawing cards from a deck, is going to be that there's overall no effect. It would just be like, in this short term, has there been any sort of significant deviation from that?
Maybe. Yeah. I guess the other thing I would say is, it's interesting that he pointed out that I was luckier in the game, which is obviously true overall.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of points in that game where I did not get lucky. Like I think you had more lucky moments, but
Yeah.
or I had more unlucky moments or whatever you want to say. But I just had like some really big lucky moments that outweighed more frequent unlucky moments.
Your luck in terms of like timing of the game flow was pretty much optimal because I got all the luck, and then it didn't matter because you took the effect of all of that.
Right, basically I took your score twice, so all the unluck that I got turned into luck for me.
Exactly. All right, that's the end of that email. We're going to power on through because we still got several more. So next one comes to us from Cephalopodmaster. Subject line of this email is Stop the Steal.
Uh-oh.
He says, "Hello, Alex and Alex at Joel the Podcast. I've been re-listening to the episode," meaning the Joel the Game episode, "because I wanted background sound while I was working, and I realized that Nathan actually won the game last week."
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm going to say Nathan in this email because it got too confusing and I couldn't keep track of what I was saying, referencing that Alex bit at the end of the last one. All right.
Uh-huh.
So here's the explanation. I think we are going to have to go back and check the tapes to verify all of this.
Okay.
But obviously, you know, I'm biased, but I would trust this analysis. So here we go. Nathan reported in round 1 that his guess for the mass of M&Ms is 500 billion kilograms, which is 5e11 kilograms. The correct answer was 1.35 E15 grams. When Nathan said his number was in kilograms, Alex proceeded to convert the units incorrectly and said that Nathan's guess is 5e15 grams when it's actually 5e14 grams. This means Nathan should have won 10 points on the first round. If you remember that one, we were both, at the time we thought we were both over. No points awarded. Mm-hmm. So later there was a king of spades that caused the point swap. After the swap, Nathan was leading 40-30, when in reality we should have been tied 40-40, given that extra 10 points switched hands to Alex. Then near the end of the game, there was a second king of spades. Nathan went from leading 93-74 to being behind on 74-93, or so we thought. But the scores were actually 93-84. Oh, sorry, I think I misread that because there was a 1-point gain in here. 93-84 switched to 85-93. So we thought it was 75-93. It should have been 85-93 with that extra 10 points. In the immediately following round, Nathan clutched a 15-point victory in the minigame to catch up to 90-98 according to the episode. But in reality, at this point, Nathan has won the game 100-98. I think this certainly raises the question of how many times Nathan has had victory stolen. Please correct this error. So, thoughts?
It's possible. I mean,
it's possible.
Well, I guess I would say
Yeah.
I feel like all the score, I'm looking at the sheet right now from the game.
Sure. Sure.
And so I think all the score analysis is correct in that if indeed you did win the first round, you probably won the game, rightfully speaking. And the fact that David has listened to this multiple times, I'm kind of inclined to believe that he's correct. But obviously we'll have to confirm.
Yeah, we'll send this through the independent review boards. Make sure that by the time we next play, well, I don't know, that's maybe a bit ambitious. At some point in the future when we're playing Joel the Game again, we will have listened back through older episodes to like actually have a validated and confirmed record of wins between us. So we'll make sure that these adjustments get made.
If this is true though, this is like one of the most monumental moments in our podcast history.
Yeah, this is insane. Like I thought the ending last time was insane.
I mean, the ending was insane.
To be another. Yeah,
for it to be like as close as it was, and then but if this is true, then the final score is 100-98.
Yeah,
like unbelievably close. Even much closer than the actual final score or the previously thought actual final score of 113-90. And plus your first win in like literal years. So, wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching that, cephalopod. If that indeed is true,
Yeah.
I would rather know the truth. So appreciate that.
Incredible. All right. There is one final note to this email, which is, I think 8 wrong guesses for a 6-letter hangman is too easy, or is too many, because you can try all 5 vowels and still have 3 spare guesses to go. He thinks we should switch it to 7. So we were
kind of
discussing
agree with
this. I
that.
think this is fair feedback. So let's go ahead and drop that in the notes for us to next time play Joel the game with 7 wrong guesses. Okay. Carrying on to our next email. This is the one coming to us from Nathan. Subject line is, I'm a dumbass. The email reads, hello, me and Alex. I'm listening to episode 34. In this episode, we asked that if the listener is me, they should email us. So when we did that bit, I don't think we thought it would happen, but here we are. I only
Which is
did
kind
this
of
for the
weird.
record.
Go ahead.
I only did this for the record because I had completely forgotten that happened, right? Like I didn't set myself up for this bit.
Right.
This was years ago.
It's kind of weird that if what you're saying is true, that we didn't think it would happen. That's kind
Yeah.
of weird because we knew we listened to previous episodes.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know if we thought then that it wouldn't happen, but my reaction to it listening now was that like, oh, like that would be crazy if I listened to this. I mean, I guess I'm listening to it right now, but you know what I mean.
Was it kind of like a riff off something else? Like, if you're me, email us. Like that kind of thing?
I think it was. I don't fully remember the context anymore, actually. I might have to go back and check that.
Like I just feel like in that sense it wasn't more of like we didn't think it would happen, more just like it was just a joke, like
It was a bit in itself, yeah. I think that's probably true.
so. But anyway, thank you for following through.
Yeah, no problem. There is a little bit more to this email.
Oh,
I
good.
said
I was
this.
worried that was it.
I would never. I wanted to give us something to talk about here. I said, this episode is a Kids Bop quiz. I started trying to guess the answers halfway through and went 1 of 5. So
And
in
if
the
my memory
episode,
serves, we did like one. You did like one of however many questions there were, right?
in the episode originally, I think I went 2 for
Okay,
10.
2. Got
Yeah.
it. So you were right on par.
Yeah. And interestingly, I got a different one correct this time.
I mean, it's very interesting because it's very interesting that you didn't get much, if at all, better.
Yeah, not at all.
Because going into that, you were totally cold. Like, had never
Yeah.
done one of these before. Like, and no sense of Kids Bop lyrics. And now we've
Yeah.
done, I don't know, 4, including ones that you have run. Like, you've looked up Kids Bop lyrics to put together.
Yep.
And still just equally as bad. I mean, it is really hard. I'm not trying to say it's not hard, but I feel like there should have been some marginal improvement at least. So now I'm gonna do the quiz too, when I get to that episode, and we'll see how I do.
Yeah, I'm mildly disappointed that I only thought to start guessing halfway through. So now that we've said that, hopefully by the time you get there, that's still fresh enough for you to give us your final score there.
And fortunately for you, I think there's at least 3 other quiz episodes that you can
Yeah.
fully participate in the second time
Absolutely,
around.
absolutely. So we'll make sure as we get to those to talk about that on the podcast. I think that'll be a fun update. All right, going on here, we've got some more emails from Cephalopod Master. Subject line, I'm a dumbass. Oh, hold on. Which order were these sent in? This one first. Hello, Alex and Alex at Joel the Podcast. I was thinking about Joel the Podcast earlier today, as one naturally does in their daily life. And
Of
it just
course.
occurred to me, it's been a really long time since you guys wrote a story, movie plot together. From what I vaguely remember, I don't think it was my favorite episode format, but it's still fun every now and then. I know you are both extremely organized, and I assume there's a whole schedule for what future episodes are going to be. But if you could just add this to the queue of future episode ideas, that would be great. Also, I guess I never really told you this, but Joel the Game is fun to listen to. Definitely keep doing that.
Okay, excellent.
So yeah, good to know. I don't know. We're scheduled out for the next couple of years already, but we could probably squeeze this in somehow.
Next couple of years, aka 3 episodes. um, yeah, no. We don't have a schedule. We show up to this every time and go, what should we do? And then we look at what we've done for the past 30 episodes and go, I don't want to redo any of these things, but I don't have any better ideas. That's pretty much how it goes. Has it been 5 episodes since we did Joel the Game yet? I feel like we can do that.
Can we finally do that one again? That was easy to do.
Yes, and pretty fun. So
yeah.
First of all, glad that you enjoyed that because we enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Then second, I would say, okay, so let's talk about this movie thing.
Yeah.
So first of all, I will say that in episode 111. We tried to make a corrected version of the movie one. Because, okay, so my opinion, my memory of the movie plot ones is that they're, like, fine, but, like, it's not, the best parts are, like, here's the premise of the story, here's the general arc, here's the character, the end, right? And we spent a lot of time talking about, here are the intervening scenes, here's, like, we were talking about, like, scene by scene, what happens in the movie, and I think that's just a little bit too low level of detail to be interesting. So in episode 111, we did short stories, where we basically took the idea generator and just did shorter versions of that, where it was like, all right, here's the interesting parts of the story based on the prompt.
Right.
So I think that was our corrected version of that. Now, looking at this, it looks like we did that a little bit in 118, but we haven't done that in a little while. So I'm open to going back to that if that's of interest. But I don't know that I would necessarily want to go back to the full movie plot. What's your thought?
So here's my point in favor of the long movie plot. I think since I've listened to more of those episodes than you have so far, which is that in the longer movie episodes where we're just focused on the one thing for the entire episode, and to be fair, I haven't listened back to any of the short story episodes recently, so I don't definitely know that this is true. But I feel like from what I listened to in the long form one is that, yes, we did go into all the details and things, but we were also kind of like developing bits and maybe reaching more interesting, rewarding, like constructing moments better versus just like saying it, moving on to the next thing because we're doing a short story and we just got to like get through it. So I don't know, maybe there is some like listener level intrigue to like hearing us start off with a, honestly kind of a bad idea and crafting it into something better that you might miss out on the short stories. So I don't know.
Okay.
I'd be interested to hear what David thinks about the short stories episode specifically.
I'd be interested in that, and I'll be also interested. So I'm obviously re-listening to the episodes, and so I listened to the Amish movie, the Amish sci-fi movie, which kind of took 1.5 episodes to do, and then I've also listened to. There's another episode where we started a movie and then just abandoned it after that episode. We didn't even finish it because we thought it was pretty bad. I don't know if you remember that at all. Yeah. So I know upcoming we have the time travel movie about the sphere, and then we have the Sherlock Holmes movie, which obviously we didn't finish on the episode. I mean, we did finish it on the episode, but wasn't recorded.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest with you. Listening to that episode is pretty disappointing, just because we're just barely getting into it, and I know the rest was great, but like the episode does not really reflect that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll maybe I'll be interested to hear how those go. If I guess I would say if you, Nathan, and you, David, are both interested in Nathan, if you're interested in doing it, and David, you're interested in hearing it, I'm open to trying it again. But I would say I definitely wouldn't want to do it that much. I definitely feel like it was one of our weaker formats.
Yeah, maybe a once every 20 or so episodes. Like we're coming due now since we, like you said, 111 was our last short stories focused one. So let us know if you want the next one to be short stories or a single long story. And yeah, I think we could do that.
All right. Next
Cool.
email.
Next email, Alex.
What number is this?
This is email 5.
Okay,
of
so
6.
this is one more.
Yes.
Got it.
So this is addressed directly to you, Alex. An episode. Well,
Is it to me?
No, I'm second guessing that.
Just read it.
Alex, in episode 126, you said you didn't know anyone who lived on the 7th floor of Shreve your freshman year. I do think this was you, actually, remembering this discussion. How dare you not know that I lived on the 2nd floor of Shreve Hall at the time, especially when I never told you, and I don't think we even knew each other at the time. Waiting to hear what excuses you have for this.
Did he say 2nd floor or 7th floor? Because I heard you say
7th.
7th at the beginning and 2nd halfway through the email.
7.
My excuse is, well, honestly, I'm shocked that I said that because, well, I'm not shocked that I said that, but like, I do not have a good memory of where people lived. My freshman year of college, which was now 10 years ago.
Oof.
Like, I know that I lived on the 3rd floor, and you
Yeah.
lived on, what, the 5th floor?
Correct.
And I know David Shana lived somewhere in there as well. I don't remember what floor he lived on.
Yep.
So anyway, so I'm kind of also David. He was our year? Or is he a year ahead of us? David, I'm sorry, I don't remember this, but
he's our year.
He's our year. Yeah,
You might be thinking of the other David who was a year
the other
ahead,
David,
but-
David Lamy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, college is so long ago now. This is really sad. I guess my excuse is I barely even remember where Nathan lived that year. So.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent excuse. So hopefully we made it up to you there, Cephalopod, especially with all these emails.
Well, and I will say it's not quite clear. Obviously, I guess I would say he's probably emailing it to me, but the same could be said for you. You probably didn't know that he lived there too, did you?
Definitely not, but I'm pretty sure you're the one who was talking about this.
No, but I know. But do you have an excuse as well, or you're just also going to go in the no excuse camp?
Well, I don't think the problem was that you didn't know. The problem was that you said you didn't know, which I never did. As far as I know.
Got it.
So,
well, I will say it's kind of. I don't even know how did the 7th floor come up? Do you remember?
I have no idea why we were talking about Shreve at all.
That's really
what was
funny.
this episode? Oh, meet
It
Alex
was-
and Alex. So we were talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
So that
I don't know how the
kinda
7th floor
makes
came
sense.
up, but I guess it's kind of a funny coincidence that we happened to mention the floor that you lived on. So,
Yeah.
David. So anyway,
There you go.
there you go. Next
All right.
email.
One more email. Here's the last one. Hi, Alex and Alex at Joel the podcast. Oh, sorry. Subject line is I am a dumbass.
course.
He says, I know I've sent you a lot of emails lately, so if you need to space them out across multiple episodes, that's fine.
Rip. Here we are, 40 minutes in. Keep it going.
I just had a short comment. Lately, I've been re-listening to a lot of episodes and caught myself skipping past the intro music. I actually do this fairly regularly now, and I always forget to mention this in an email. I think the volume on the intro music is a bit too loud compared to the volume of the rest of the podcast. Also, and I don't know if this is just because I heard it so many times lately, it feels a bit too long. What if you just cut it down to the piano intro bit, followed by Alex singing "Another Week is Here and I'm Going Insane," and just cut the song abruptly to transition to the actual episode? I think it would be funny, but I understand if you want to preserve the integrity of the intro song since you both put in some amount of work to make it. That's pretty good idea, and also I think a fair point on the sound levels. I do not check that, so.
Let me ask you something. Did we ever on the podcast talk about those AI songs that I made?
I don't know if we did or not, because we definitely talked about it on a call for a podcast, but I think I was making food at the time, so probably we weren't at the podcast bit yet.
Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, I found somebody. So this is I guess 8 months ago at this point, or more, a little more than 8 months ago. So some guy at my company used AI to make a song for the Eagles when they were in the Super Bowl. Actually, he made 3 different songs, which I was like very impressed with the like level of how good the song sounded, considering it was entirely made by an AI.
Yeah.
So I naturally then used said techniques of AI to make a song for our podcast. In fact, I made 1 or 2 or 3. I forget exactly. But anyway, sent it to Nathan. I feel like we should include that somehow.
Sure, maybe I can make that the theme song for this episode, and then moving forward, we can evaluate how we do the intro music. We can talk about that maybe more offline, or
I mean,
if you think that'd be interesting to talk about, I suppose we could do it now.
I mean, it's worth talking about since David asked us. I'll just say my opinion is I'm not that inclined to like shorten it, since as you pointed out, you can just skip it. Like it's not like a huge burden to press the skip 15-second button a couple times or whatever you have on your phone.
If we can compose and perform an entire song for this podcast, you can like poke your screen a couple of times to ignore all of that work. That seems like a fair trade of effort to me.
I'm not like offended by that idea. I will say we may be due to write a new intro song. I don't remember when we wrote this previous intro song. But if we do write a new intro song at some point, that's good feedback to know, and maybe we'll try and make it shorter in the future.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like time-wise, we're probably spaced, episode-wise, definitely not have used the new song as much as we ever used the old one, but I think it has been a couple of years now since maybe it's even been more than a couple of years, because, it has been at least since 2022, I want to say, that we have had the second theme song, because I recorded both of the original theme songs on like my little MIDI keyboard thing instead of recording my real piano. And I would have just recorded the piano if I had it. So I must not have had it.
I'm going to my music notation software, which should have this song in it.
Yes.
And this should be able to tell us when it was created.
Yeah, while you're looking that
March
up...
6, 2021.
Wow, 2021.
Let's see if this is the right one or this is the old one. Nope, this is the new one. Wow.
Huh.
Jolene, the theme song. So yeah, it's been around for 4.5 years, holy cow, 4.5 years now.
Yeah, so I think we're due. Let's come up with a snappy, quick theme song. We can use the AI one until just to put that out there, and then we can try and come up with a new one for future episodes.
Say it again. Sorry.
Use the AI one for this episode, just because we mentioned it, so we can put that out to share.
Yeah.
And then, by the time we release next episodes, have a fresh one ready to go.
I would say no commitments.
Sure.
Maybe we'll put it into our hopper and hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah.
But I want to provide a little bit of background for the listeners, like a little behind the scenes content here, because I'm curious how much you remember, because I remember almost none of this. So I have on my Noteflight is the notation software I use. I have 4 songs by us on here that we composed.
Really?
Or maybe one that I think one of them, I'm not sure if I composed it, but it's related to like us in some way.
Sure.
So I'm
sure.
curious. So one of them is Jolene the theme song. One of them is Joel the theme song. I'm curious if you know what the other two are,
Okay,
or
I'm
have
pretty.
any recollection.
I think I might know this actually, which surprises me because until you said there were four, I had no memory of these. But one of them is, I'm guessing, the Stan the Dinosaur song.
Yes, Stan
And
the
the
Friendly
other one-
Dinosaur.
The other one is some kind of like physics parody song of some sort. I don't remember the
is-
exact details on that, but like,
Yes, so it is called an Ode to Physics.
okay,
We don't have lyrics in here for the verses,
yeah,
but the chorus goes like this. The lyrics, at least. We like math. We love to do homework. So we major in physics. We derive equations and calculate by hand, and then blah blah blah. We major in physics. I really want to play this on the podcast. So I'm gonna mute you on my computer and then disconnect
Okay.
my earbuds so I can play it on my computer's speakers into my phone's recorder so it can hear it.
perfect.
But you won't be able.
That'll definitely.
Can you actually
be
just? Can you actually just mute yourself? I don't think I can mute just you.
sure?
Okay, let's disconnect the earbuds and make sure my volume is all the way up, which it is now. And let me share my sound so that you can actually hear it too, Nathan, and it's not just you sitting there in silence. All right, so you should be able to see and hear this now.
I'm unmuting just to say that looking at the sorry, it's wrecking all the recording, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say though that just the glimpse of the sheet music, and I can hear it. I remember this song. All right, I'm gonna shut up because this sounds terrible. Go ahead.
What I would recommend for your editing is just to mute your own recording during that period where you're talking on my recording, and it should sound okay. Okay, here we go. I think I could just here we go. Play in the top left. We like math and we love to do homework, so we major in physics. We like math and we love to do homework, so we major in physics. We derive equations and calculate by hand. All right, let me connect my earbuds again, then you can unmute. All right, you should be good to go.
All right, so you read the lyrics earlier. We like math and we love to
I
do
know
homework.
exactly what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Those are not the lyrics we wrote originally. Do you remember why
That's
we
not the-
changed that?
I don't. I don't remember exactly why we changed it. I guess maybe the idea was we want to show this to people who wouldn't appreciate the original lyrics, but
That could
I
be
don't
true.
remember for sure. I forgot about this insane piano part here in the bridge, by the way.
Oh yeah, that is
That has
was,
Nathan's fingerprints all over it.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that you write when you don't think about like how physically you would play that.
Wow, I'm glad you remembered it.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, I was singing the lyrics where they were written in the music, just so you could get a sense of how it went. I think I messed up on the bridge a little bit, but sue me. So anyway, let me stop sharing. All right.
Wow.
Any other? So now we've obviously referenced the original lyrics, but we haven't said them. Should we say them, or it's a secret that you have to do something, or we'll just never say what the original lyrics were?
Yeah, if you're curious to hear what we had written originally, just go ahead and email us.
This is one we may well just want to share via email instead of saying on the podcast.
Well, that's the end of the emails that we received this week. We're sitting right around 54 minutes. How you feeling?
All right. Good. So I don't think we should do what we plan to do for this episode.
Sure.
I think we should. So I kind of have a few things. Okay, you mentioned you had one thing you wanted to talk about, or is that related to the email?
The one thing I wanted to talk about was my own email. So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about a few things related to, as I've been re-listening to our early days of our podcast, and then I think we'll just
perfect.
we'll just call it an episode.
sure.
So these are not organized. I did not write them down as in true Joel the podcast fashion. So just off the top of my head,
Yep.
first thing, some of them I've already mentioned. First thing is I actually, and this is probably just me, but I really enjoy listening to our sports talk because this is before the Sports Minute.
Sure.
Because I because I know how the things that we're talking about turned out. Like I really enjoy that. Like talking about like the Eagles season in 2019 and like
Yeah.
we were like joking about how the Warriors, like, of course they're gonna win the finals, and then they didn't win like I was listening to that knowing they didn't win the finals.
Yep.
So I really enjoy that about the podcast or about the sports time.
I feel like there's like a curve to that, right? Like it's very relevant at the time, and then it's just really uninteresting if you're late to it or don't care. But then it becomes interesting again as a look back, like you're saying.
Yeah. And it might just be because I'm a sports fan, so I like know how these things went in retrospect.
We're talking about it already because we're the ones interested, so it does make sense that
Right.
when we go back. we're
Although
interested again.
interestingly, anything where we predict the future, I find so interesting.
Yeah.
Like there was one where we were talking about, so it was an Ask Reddit question about like what your mind went back to 2005, and we were talking about how you would like make money, and we were talking about the the Cubs World Series odds before the season.
Yeah.
And like I knew in the episode we were gonna look it up, but I was like, I'm looking this up as we're saying it because I wanted to know what It's just provides an interesting context. I feel like, even though that's the opposite of what I'm talking about, but so that was my first comment. My second comment I already said to you, off the air, but like my memory of the Ask Reddit episodes, and maybe this is just from that last one where we weren't prepared, but was that they were not good, and I'm actually really enjoying listening to them. So that's like a positive thing. And I guess we can just say like our plan for this episode was to do Ask Reddit stuff, although Ask Reddit has changed.
Yeah.
So
I'll say
and then,
on a similar note to that, I also mentioned this to you before, but like there have been a couple of episodes where we came in like no plan, unscripted, that I thought in hindsight were pretty decent. And that's probably more luck than anything, or maybe I just like listening to ourselves, but you know. It's interesting to hear what we were talking about like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. I think episodes like that, and really when I say like that, now I'm talking about this episode. Episodes like this
Yeah.
are good, but they're not reproducible. Like we can't show up every week and make an episode like this just randomly.
Yeah.
So I do think we need to have the structure and the bits that we do. And like some things that are really cool, like Joel the Game, never would have happened without us being like, we need to do something.
Yeah.
So I think it might be worth, if we can, and here's the issue, like I was gonna say, if we can, trying to mix episodes like this in. The issue is it's really hard, like the problem with it is it's hard to do like on demand, or like just be like, we're gonna plan to wing it.
Yeah, I think if the plan is ever to wing it, we're going to end up with lots of truly bad episodes where we just wing it poorly. But when we get on a roll like this in an episode and this is what happens instead of whatever we planned, then it's good.
Sure. So maybe we should just be a little more open to that, and just kind of following wherever the show takes us. Okay. And then I guess the last one that I can think of at the moment was, I was listening to the episodes where we were talking about speedrunning in Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
And first of all, I actually really enjoyed speedrunning Breath of the Wild. I speedran it several times after doing it for the podcast. I don't know. Okay. I haven't gone to the future episodes to know if I talked about it or not. But I will say that at least my all-time best recorded Breath of the Wild time, it's 5 hours, 56 minutes, and 31 seconds.
Wow.
Which is a significant improvement on the, I think 8 hours that I mentioned in the episode from my first run through. Yeah. I have this whole spreadsheet where you can't really see in detail, but I track my splits for each of the different things.
Looked a pretty substantial spreadsheet. So yeah, wow.
I have 3 runs on here, so it's not like, there's so much data or whatever.
It looked like there were 10 rows or something, that it was just all...
So each run is so basically, all right, breakdown. Now, no one needed to know this much detail, but for each Divine Beast, there's 4 different splits. Reaching the Divine Beast.
Sure.
Completing the quest that you have to complete before you get to the Divine Beast. Actually completing the thing you have to do to enter the Divine Beast, and then actually doing the Divine Beast itself.
Right.
So that's 12 rows right there. There's a first row for finishing the Great Plateau, and then there's 2 final rows for retrieving the Master Sword and completing the game. So there's 15 total splits for each run, and then each run takes up 2 columns, because I do how long the split was, and then what was my time in the run when I finished that split. So
okay.
So there's 6 columns. So there's 7 columns, because there's the column with all the labels, and then 2 columns for each run. So that's why it looks so substantial, even though it's really just 3 runs.
Yeah, there's just a lot of data that you're collecting. That's interesting.
And my memory is I wrote down more than this. That is in my parents' basement. So I'll have to go down there and check next time, see if it's still in the drawer that I would have kept it in. But anyway, I was definitely disappointed when I remembered that you didn't complete a speed run.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it'd been so interesting to hear the different perspectives on how to do it, and the overall thoughts. But it did get me to pick up Tears of the Kingdom again.
Okay.
Which, for those who don't know, is the sequel to Breath of the Wild. I got the game probably less than a year ago, but more than 6 months ago. I don't remember exactly when I got it, and played through a bunch of it. And I was like, oh, maybe it'd be fun to speedrun, try speedrunning Tears of the Kingdom, since I had so much fun speedrunning Breath of the Wild. And so I went back and I was like, okay, I thought I was at the point where like you completed as much of the main quest as there is, and that I was just running around doing stuff, and I was like, I'll just complete the game. So I like go to back to the main quest, and I like, have you played through that whole game or played
No,
the game at
I've
all?
actually never played it.
Okay, so I like go to the castle and I like fight Ganon, and then he like runs away and the game keeps going. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this was gonna be the end of the game. And I'm at a point in the main quest where I don't really know what to do. Like the instruction from the quest is like, look in the ancient ruins, and I'm like, there's ancient ruins everywhere. I really don't know what this is telling me to do, and there's
Sure.
no like dot that tells you where to go. So
Sure.
anyway, I'm playing the game again, and we'll see how it goes. But
Nice.
just thought I would bring that up because that was another kind of fun result of listening to old episodes.
Yeah. So let me say this on the topic of the Breath of the Wild speed run. The main problem that I had with it, I think thinking back and then also listening to the commentary we had given, is that I didn't plan. I just sat down and started playing, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
here's what I did the last time, but probably I should skip a bunch of the stuff that I did because that would make it easier, but I don't need it to, like, you don't technically need to get more shrines to have more health to, like, not need to be so technically good against all of the divine beasts. But probably if I had just planned from the beginning to do specific shrines to get some additional health, it would have just made it easier to do, right?
So you have to get, I don't remember the exact number, I think it might be 12, but you have to get a certain number of shrines, that's more than 12, in order to be able to get the Master Sword, like the
Yes.
ability to get the Master Sword. So I, not the first time that I did it, I don't remember what I did the first time that I did it, but subsequent times that I did it, I like looked at a map of all the shrines and like went through and like figured out like, okay, this shrine's pretty easy, this shrine I'm running right past, like, and I planned out exactly which shrines to get on my path. So that would be what I would recommend if you, although, or if I don't actually, I was gonna say I could send you my route if you were interested, if the route was if the preparation was the issue, but I don't know if I still have that route anymore.
No, and I think the interesting part of it, at least, I mean, like, playing it itself is part of the challenge, but the crafting of the plan and the route is maybe the more interesting speedrun aspect to it, because neither of us, I don't think, are, like, technical speedrun. Like, we're not using glitches or stuff. We're just, like, thinking of how we could do it most efficiently. And so if I was just using your plan, I feel like that would be less interesting for me. And if we were to ever present on this in the podcast later, not saying that we will, but, you know, that would kind of ruin it. If we just, like, you came up with a plan, we both did it, got probably fairly similar times, and then that's that. But, yeah.
So are you saying that you have some interest in this now with the idea that you would want to plan in advance, or you really still have no interest in it?
So I would be willing to revisit. I hesitate to commit to, like, any specific timeline or anything like that. But if you are interested, you as in the listeners, and also you as in you, but I just kind of assume you would be interested in coming back.
I just said I would. So
yeah. if you as the listeners would be interested to hear us, maybe try that out again. If you felt like, you know, what was it, 2 or 3 episodes originally is not enough time for us to talk about Zelda and speedrunning, you really just want some more of that content, let us know, and we'll see if we get that on the list again.
And if you have no idea what we're talking about, go back and listen to episodes 10, 11, and 12. I don't think it's as much in 10, but 10 is kind of where we talk about speedrunning first.
Right.
And then 11 and 12, I think we talk about speedrunning Breath of the Wild, so...
Yes.
Go listen to those if you don't know what we're talking about. Okay. I think that's all that I had off the top of my head from listening to old episodes. Any thoughts you had about old episodes since you're going through them?
I'll say that I'm a little bit ahead of you in terms of the re-listening. The only comment that I will give that we haven't already talked about is that it's been pretty funny listening to us get into the COVID lockdown and how we're, immediately talking and making predictions about like what it's going to be like. And I say making predictions, I think we did that once. Mostly it's just kind of speculating like, oh, is this going to last like 3 months? Will we still be taking our, doing our international trip later this year? So yeah, it's very, very funny. And I'm really curious now because it's just been the past couple episodes that I listened to where that's been true. Really interested to see how that discussion evolves over the subsequent couple of years of episodes that we're approaching here. So,
Yep.
yeah. I don't think I have anything else in particular though, other than to say, listeners, if you enjoy us talking about our old episodes, let us know and we can do it more or maybe even less if this is terrible to listen to.
Yeah. I'd be curious to know what people thought of this episode.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really do anything we planned.
I bet David liked it because
So-
we talked about his stuff the whole time. Well, the first like 2/3 of it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let us know what you thought of this episode. Send us an email. We always look forward to hearing from our listeners. Actually, that was one other thing that I thought was really funny is like in the beginning, I was just like, we're never going to receive an email.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
I was like, I would be so excited if we received an email. And now we've received, look, here we are. We've received many emails.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, somehow it's been 70 minutes, so thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Alex,
I'm Alex.
and this has been Joel.